Welcome back to another episode of the Triston Dunn Show. I am excited to review Wild Card Weekend. We had a weekend of some really good football, and I can't wait to talk about last night's game. We'll get to the Cowboys and Bucs game here in just a second. Um, so we went 4-2. So my Saturday picks ended up changing entirely. So if you watched the last podcast, I had picked San Fran and I picked the Chargers. I ended up going with the Seahawks and the Jaguars. Um, it ended up going with a 1-1, which it would have been the same exact thing no matter if I'd have left it because San Fran won and the Chargers lost. I just flip flopped it. I'll tell you one thing. I looked like a genius in the first half of that Seahawks game. I was sitting there watching the game. I was at my mom's house. I was feeling myself. I was like, man, I think the Seahawks are going to do it. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, the Seahawks played the perfect game in the first half, but you can't. You got to play a full 4 quarters. You have to play a full 4 quarters. You have to. I felt like in the first half they got to Purdy enough. They did not get to Purdy enough in the second half, and that's where they ended up messing up. The that was the first full Niners game I've watched all year, besides when they played Carolina. So that Niners team can be beat. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of people are thinking they're a juggernaut. They are not a juggernaut. They proved it was almost like the Seahawks laid out somewhat of a blueprint in that first half on how to beat that particular Niners team. They're going to be a hard team to beat, and I would not be shocked in the least to see them in the NFC Championship game. Um, I'll get to that though. Thursday when we do our Thursday show because they play the Cowboys. They play the Cowboys. It's going to be a very good game in my opinion. So yeah, 0-1 to start on Saturday because I went to the Seahawks. They got blown out. On the original show, I picked the Chargers. I ended up doing a little bit of reading on the game, and I looked like an idiot after I switched my pick in the first half, of course, because Trevor Lawrence. So I switched to the Jaguars, and Trevor Lawrence goes out, throws 4 picks, and it's like, it was crazy. But then, they come back, they win, so all is good. Doesn't matter. We're 1-1 on Saturday. So then Sunday, Buffalo. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. Buffalo's gonna get their ass whooped. They are gonna get their ass whooped this weekend by the Bengals. It is gonna happen. I think that Buffalo team is so beatable. They play to their competition. It doesn't matter who they play, and I think the Bengals gonna come out and they're gonna win this weekend. But regarding our picks, I had Buffalo winning, and so we moved to 2-1. But that Buffalo team does not look like somebody that can go and win a Super Bowl. I'm gonna say they don't look like they can win a Super Bowl. Not this year. Like, you can't let your third string quarterback from the Dolphins hang 31 on you. You can't turn the ball over. Josh Allen is a turnover machine. He's almost as bad as Trevor Lawrence. So, yeah. Moving on to the Giants and Vikings. What a pleasant surprise from the Giants. That was a Daniel Jones legacy game. Daniel Jones played the game of his life. I had the Vikings in that one. I didn't expect. I took them. That game felt more like a pick 'em to me, and I took the home team. But I tell you what, the Giants come out and busted the Vikings' ass. And what was Kirk Cousins doing on that 4th-down-and-8 play? Any fan of football that has watched football for a really long time, game on the line, it's 4th down. You need a first down to keep the drive going, to keep your season alive. That ball is going past the sticks. Double coverage, triple coverage, blanket coverage, you give your guy a chance. Kirk Cousins decides to do a 3-yard dump off on 4th and 8 to TJ Hawkinson, who TJ played a great game. But in that situation, I don't understand why TJ wasn't sitting at the sticks. Like, it would have been different had like TJ ran like a curl or a flat right at the line and Kirk like threw it at them and the defense makes a great play and they're like 1 yard short. I think we're talking about a different story. Kirk literally just did a check down on 4th and 8, season on the line, defender right on Hawk. It wasn't even close. That was nuts. I didn't understand what they were doing. I don't understand the play call. I don't understand the decision from the quarterback because I didn't see the wide view, but from just the regular view, it looked like Justin Jefferson was coming open on his crosser. I didn't look at it before I did this podcast, but that's what it looked like. So we go to 2-2. Bengals, they take care of business at home. Little bit of a scare maybe, but they come through. Bengals play close games. But they get it done. That's all that matters. They get it done and they move on to the next round. That puts us at 3-2. This is going to be a shorter podcast, by the way, just because I just wanted to give some thoughts on the games and what happened, and it's just a little recap video. But this is the one that I want to talk about the most. This is the one that I've been not screaming, but I've been saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it. That Bucs team is a bad football team. If you were paying attention all season long. See, I was reading on Twitter, right? And a lot of people were like, what is happening with Brady? Why is this offense so bad? They played like that all season long. That wasn't like a last night or the Cowboys were, doing something special. Brady and that offense and that team have played like that all season. I have been fading them all season. They've made me a lot of money this season by fading them. That Bucs team is a bad football team. Todd Bowles is a bad head coach. It is just that simple. So like Brady being 7-0 against the Cowboys was getting shoved down our throats all week. The Cowboys playing bad on turf was getting shoved, or on grass compared to turf, was getting shoved down our throats all week. The criticism of Dak Prescott and interceptions and just not being a good quarterback getting shoved down our throat all week long. And yet still the Buccaneers were underdogs in a home playoff game. And that didn't throw up no red flags to anybody. Everybody was just hitting the Bucs points, hitting the Bucs money line. And it didn't make sense. It didn't make any sense because the Cowboys were the better team. Everybody's like, oh, they lost to the Commanders last week. Who gives a fuck? It was week 18. That game didn't matter. It didn't matter. Like, the Cowboys were ready for that game last night, and they showed it. They blew them out. They made Tom Brady look awful, how he's looked all season. And I loved every freaking minute of it. You won't find a person that's happier about what happened last night because, I think the Panthers could have played the Cowboys tougher than that. Brady was throwing balls in the dirt. He was overthrowing players. He threw a bad pick in the end zone, like he was trying to throw it away but didn't get enough on it. Throw a pick in the back of the end. I mean, all around. All I'm going to say is the Bucs are about to go back into the poverty that they were before Brady got there. They're going back to the poverty basement of the NFC South where they belong. And I am here for it. Let's talk about the Cowboys for a minute. If the Cowboys play at that level consistently, they are a problem in the NFC. They showed it in the middle part of the year. So like Dak got hurt week 1 and everybody kind of was like, Cowboy season's over. I'll admit I said the same thing. Cooper Rush comes in, does his job. They go on a winning streak, and he gets them to where Dak comes back, and then they ran into the Eagles. They lost. I think they might have played another game without Dak. Dak comes back, and then all of a sudden, here come the Cowboys. They're running through teams, running through the league, winning games, going some win streaks. They lost a couple, and then down the stretch, they kind of started to taper off a little bit. They came out ready to play last night. And I'll be the first one to say, I mean, I'm not a Cowboy fan by no means, but I know good football when I see it. That defense played fast. That defense played good football. I mean, every time a Bucs player caught the ball last night, there's 3-4 Cowboys right there. Their pass rush, they got to Brady. And that's how you beat Brady. You have to hit Brady. You have to get in his face. They did that. Brock Purdy better be ready to play this weekend. That's all I'm going to say, because the Niners can lose that football game this weekend to Dallas. I don't care how good the Niners have been playing. You cannot discount what the Cowboys are doing right now. And you put Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott. Dak had 5 touchdowns last night. He played like his $240 million contract that he's got. And all I'm gonna say is don't be surprised when the Cowboys beat the Niners this weekend. We'll get to that on Thursday's show. But that's a little look ahead. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you right now, the Cowboys are gonna be a problem if they play like that all postseason. This might be the best Cowboys team we've seen in the playoffs in a really, really long time. So that's it for this show. I just wanted to get on and I wanted to talk about football because I had a good weekend betting it. I had a good day yesterday betting it. I had a lot of fun. The Discord was a little wild last night. Chase, if you're watching this, I love you. I'm not gonna get into that. Join the Discord. Coach's Call. Go to coachescall.store, join the Discord. You'll see what I'm talking about. Gets a little rowdy in there. So we end Super Wildcard Weekend 4-2. I will be back Thursday with more picks, and I'll catch you guys then. Peace out.